Hi everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial video of how to crochet these strawberries. So first you're going to need red yarn for the strawberry, green yarn for the top, and yellow for the berries, stuffing, crochet hook, crochet needle, and stitch marker. And you can buy this supply kit on my Etsy. So the first step is that you're going to do 6 single crochets in 1 magic ring. So for the next round, round 2, you're going to go ahead and insert your hook into this loop, and you're going to be doing a pattern. So the first part of the pattern is 1 single crochet, and then you'll do increase. And so here is the single crochet, and we're going to go ahead and put a stitch marker in to indicate that this is the first stitch on the second row. And then you'll go into the increase. And with the increase, it's basically just 2 single crochets in the same loop, the same single crochet. So you're basically adding another stitch around, and this is how we're going to increase in length. So go ahead and continue this around. You'll do it 3 times total of the pattern of single crochet and then increase. Next up for row 3, go ahead and remove that stitch marker, and it's going to be single crochet, increase. So we'll do a single crochet, we'll put our stitch marker back in to mark the beginning of row 3, and then you'll continue the pattern by doing 1 more single crochet and then 1 more increase. And you'll do this 3 times all the way around. And like I said before, we're just slowly increasing kind of the width to get this strawberry shape. Now to start off with row 4, we're going to remove our stitch marker and we're going to do a single crochet 3 times and then increase. And you'll see that the single crochet times 3 and the increase are in the same parentheses, and then that's times 3. So in total, you'll do kind of that rotation 3 times. So 3 single crochets, and then an increase, and then you'll continue again with 3 single crochets, increase, 3 single crochets, increase, and then you'll get to row 5. Row 5 is very similar to row 4. We're just doing 1 additional single crochet in kind of this rotation set. So you'll do 4 single crochets and then 1 increase, and then you'll repeat this pattern 3 different times. And so we're just slowly building out the shape of that strawberry. With that, we're at row 6. We're going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase. And you'll do this 6 times. So single crochet, increase, and then repeat this 5 more times to complete row 6. Now for row 7 and row 8, very simple. We're just going to single crochet all the way around twice. So this marks the beginning of row 7. Go ahead and single crochet all the way around. Replace your stitch marker, single crochet all the way around again to finish your 8. So you'll do 2 total rows of single crocheting all the way around. So at this point, you can count your rows and stitches. So right here, you'll see me counting up 8, and that represents the 8 rows that we've done. And then around, you'll see in the PDF pattern, there's numbers in parentheses at the very end of the rows, and that shows you how many stitches there should be. So right here, you can see that I'm counting 24 around. And this is a good way to double check that you haven't skipped a stitch or added one too many. And if you have, that's okay. Just go back, take the row out, and start at the next row. Count that around and see how many it's off. And you can do that until you get up to the right count. So now for row 9, we're going to be decreasing in size. And the reason why we want to decrease is to kind of form this more ball shape form at the top of the strawberry. So what you're going to do is single crochet, decrease. And you'll do this rotation 6 times around. So you can see for the decreases, you do the front loop only. So put your hook in the front of the 2 loops for 2 of them. And you'll take those 2, and that's how it will decrease it down in size. And now for row 10, very similar, except just one single crochet and one decrease. So put that single crochet in, add your stitch marker, and you can get a second look on how to do the decrease, where you do your hook in the front loop, and then basically a single crochet to decrease it down. And so you'll do this rotation all the way around, a total of 6 times. So now at this point, put your last decrease in and pull some extra yarn, because we're going to be adding a couple things. The first thing that we'll be adding is the stitching. And so you don't want to cut your red yarn at this point, because we'll do one more decrease row after this. But when you're doing your stitching, just make sure you have your red yarn out of the way, and then you can go ahead and do the stitching by threading it through a needle. I like to put a little knot at the very end so it doesn't pull through when I'm adding it. And then basically you'll just go between the rows, or up and down, or horizontal or diagonal, however you like the stitching. You can really get creative at this point. And you can do one loop kind of like this and end at this step and go into the next one. Or if you want to kind of make an extra chunky seed, you can add a second loop like I do here. It just gives it a little more visual color appeal. So go ahead and add however many stitches you want, and those kind of just represent the seeds in the strawberry. Now go ahead and add your stuffing. So go ahead and just move everything out of the way and add as much stuffing as you'd like to kind of give it that fluffiness that you like. And then after that, we are going to start or finish with row 11. So put your hook back on, pull tight, and we're just where we left off on row 10 with the decrease. And so for row 11, you'll just do decreases all the way around 6 times. And so go ahead and put it in front loop only for 2 loops, and then stitch marker, and just continue this 5 more times. Now that you've finished your last decrease, go ahead and just stick it in the first loop and do a slip stitch and cut. And do some extra long yarn, because we're going to use this yarn to sew up the end. And so what you'll do to finish the loose end is go ahead and pull it tight a little bit, put your thread through the needle, and then you'll use your needle, and similar to how you do in a decrease when you go in the front loop, you'll just go in the front loop all the way around. And I like to get maybe a couple on the needle before I pull tight, but you can also do it one at a time. And so just do front loop, pull tight, front loop, pull tight, all the way around. And then after this point, once you get it into a good tight hole, you'll just put your thread in and then pull it tight, and then you can hide that loose end back in there. So now we're going to move on to the last part, is the top. And this is pretty easy once you get it down. So it's only really technically 2 rows. The first row is that you're going to go ahead and do similar to the strawberry with 6 single crochets around in the magic ring. So now that you've got the 6 single crochets in the magic ring, we're going to start on the petals of kind of this strawberry top. So first thing that you're going to do is put your hook in that first single crochet from the magic ring. And all of these steps are going to happen in the same single crochet. So you'll chain 4. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to skip that first or that last single crochet on your hook. So the last one that you just did, you're going to skip that one and go down, and you'll do 3 single crochets down the chain. So there's 1, there's 2, and then the last one, the third one, is like kind of on the body of the green top, if you would say. So you're going to repeat this process 5 more times. So you'll have 6 petals total, to 1 in each of the magic ring single crochets. So again, you're going to chain up 4 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip that last stitch you just did and go into the next one, and then 3 single crochets down. So 1, 2, and then the last one is attached to that magic ring. 3. And similar to how we counted around the strawberry when we counted the 24 loops, you can count around 4. You'll see 4 more distinct loops of where you should continue these petals. And so do this until you have all 6 of those magic ring single crochets filled with petals. You'll have 6 petals total. All right, we're getting close to the end. So now that you've done your 6 petals, go ahead and pull this out, similar to how we did the strawberry, and you'll want kind of a bigger strand. Go ahead and cut this, and we're going to use this yarn to attach to the strawberry. So go ahead and pull that tight, securing it a little bit more, and then go ahead and grab your strawberry, and we're going to sew. See that where we did our decrease and our magic ring on the green, you'll sew those two together. You can kind of see the two circles that you'll kind of want to work around. And so there's no proven method for this. I just kind of work around the base of the strawberry, and then kind of the top of the strawberry and the top of the green petals per se, and just go ahead and sew around and attach them. And you can pull on the green to make sure you're getting like a good solid attachment. So go ahead and continue this around, and then once you've continued it around enough, you'll finish it off similar to how we did with the strawberry, where you just poke it in, and then you just push it in with the end of your scissors, needle, or crochet hook, whatever you can use to get it really nice and in there. So that's it for this sweet strawberry crochet tutorial. Please let me know what you think. If you have any questions, you can email me, and hopefully you can make a bunch of strawberries together. And my account is Nature Made Emporium, and you can follow me on Instagram or Etsy. Thanks.